Hello, this is Vulturefire, and it's time for me to finally get back around to my Storming the Ramparts series. So it has been quite a few patches since last I did one of these. We are now on 6125. This has been quite a few. I think the last one was only on 6123, but I don't remember if we had weather cards then. And definitely it has been like a week and a half since I actually recorded that last video, so if you were watching these in order, I wanted to give that context for how long it's been. There are a few more cards that have been added to the game, but since we don't have all the cards unlocked in this save, that doesn't matter. Several more cards were rebalanced, but again, I don't think that's going to matter. We are about to do Shah'Ru runs. I don't know that drawing cards with treasures is going to happen. Obviously, boss fights throughout isn't going to happen. We probably won't block much damage, but we might block some. That could happen. Actually, that's probably not going to happen. Okay, deal damage with Doom is also definitely not happening. That's fine. Thinking what upgrades we could get that we don't have yet. Because I don't think we need... Yeah, we've already bought Shah'Ru, which is important. Because that's obviously the other big purchase. I really like Regen Harness. And then because Shah'Ru has such low initial max health, I am fine with just buying a little bit more. Because even with 15%, we're still at... I don't know if that does an update. Or there's no way that 80 is actually the number. That's interesting. Right? 80 isn't the number. Once you account... Because like, this is 115 after you account for whatever. We'll see. That may be a bug. No, we just have 80 max health. Huh. Interesting. Alright, this is depth 1. I was trying to figure out why I didn't get to the map. Can you tell it's been a bit since I did one of these? So we are only level 1, obviously, so we don't get most of the fun stuff yet. Screen that makes sense. Now I'll kill that. Pitch that. This is very close to our kill. Unfortunately, that shield is going to block us from actually getting the kill, but we should be able to, yeah, just get it with the Blade Idol. I think Power Surge is pretty good. Both of these are pretty good. Power Surge, I think, is a little bit safer. It's going to cost us a mana. Pitch that, get temporary evasion. May as well pitch that, I guess. Could put us in bad position for next turn. Oh, I should have pitched that. Wasn't thinking. That's fine. I guess it's the kill. We get to evade this. Yeah, the Haunted Memory is not that good right now. Just a thing that is true about it. Alright. I'm gonna get a little bit of shield up just to make sure. Oh, it's only got evade, right, depth 1. Only has a 1 reflect. I think we just take the Stinging Strike. I think we should be able to get at least close to this kill. I should have tried to get another discard out, so I could have forced that kill, but it's fine. Mostly just means that we are actually in danger of taking some damage here. I think we pitched that. Yeah, like the Haunted Memory doesn't do that much for us with the low damage hits we've got. But still gonna get it. Arms Race is good. And that's very good. Right, that's not that thing. Do that. And yeah, the weak is relevant for evading, which we are right now. Do we want the shield to block the, no, because I don't think we're going to need it if we do this. We should be able to go bonk, bonk, bonk. Yeah, that'll kill. It will take another Blade Idol. I don't normally like them, but in, I didn't like them on the live patch. Live patch when I'm recording this. For if you're watching this and you're not in the beta, then this is the live patch, or it's actually earlier than the live patch. But the point being, I didn't like them in the previous version. I don't think they did enough, but right now they're pretty good. The Blade Idols. For a couple reasons. They're not worth getting into right now. Part of it is just like the mana, because you generally have more spare mana. They cost less mana up front. They only cost 1 instead of 2. You generally have cheaper cards, which means that it's easier. You're more able to spare spending a card on them. And then we also just got some synergies with them. And the upgrade is also very, very good now. Oh. This will get us there. Alright. Let's take a mana font. I'm lazy. Did we end up with a draw card? No, we didn't. Upgrade. That's a pretty good upgrade. This is only a powerful 3, which I don't think is worth it. I think we upgrade the Blade Idol. We make out one of the Siphon cards. I think the Siphon cards aren't amazing. See, I think Gather Power still hasn't changed quite yet. Because I know that was on the list of... So this is like the one fight. I should have thought about this before I started it. Is that like this is a fight where the Blade Idol can absolutely just ruin your day. So we'll just end up getting frozen. Yeah, like so. Although... May as well do that. Okay, that gets us the most damage. And yeah, it ends up being fine. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. Spirit Swarm is okay. It's not super amazing, but it's fine. Sure, that's okay. I don't think we need both Fey Barriers. Because we have a bunch of health. When do we go up to 100 to max health? Oh, right, we got, just now, we just picked up that, trying to figure out. I think it is worth hitting the Elite, because that just gets us more XP, although I don't know that there's any way for us to get enough XP to actually hit our goal. So we get out of this. Pitch that. Not as much damage as I would like, but we get to evade this hit, and we should be able to finish off the kill this turn, hopefully. Don't even have to think about it. Crushing Strike is pretty okay. I think the Fey Barrier is still unnecessary. The Introspection is also not great, but I'm fine with keeping it. Alright. Let me think. You. There. And we're going to see... Actually, let's do that. Okay, that's actually not what I was hoping to see. I was kind of hoping to see one of my Blade Idols. I don't actually want to play it right now, but I won't get another chance later. I can pitch that. Or I will get another chance later, but I won't be able to get out the mana I want. We can pitch this. We'll still get to play the powerful. Which is kind of what my goal is here. And then we're going to actually avoid taking any damage here, which is nice. That turn was a little bit awkward. And that was an example, I think, of a turn where the Blade Idol was actually a little bit of a problem. But the bigger thing was just like, as you saw, like 3 of my mana cards were at the bottom of my deck. Actually, we can just discard that, which will be a strike, which means we can draw a card. No, it doesn't quite kill you. But you are dead when you take your turn. We'd love a Flash Pawn. That's not a Flash Pawn. It's okay. I don't know that we're going to draw into it enough times to justify it, but whatever. It's depth 1, nothing matters. I mean, nothing really matters, but anyone can see that. Oh, that's not actually going to use the shield because we discarded whatever. See what we get. Yeah, I think we're going to pitch that. Maybe I should pitch. No, because I can at least end the turn getting the mana. Would love to have level 4 passive to get the extra evasions, but it's not going to matter a ton for this. Bonk bonk. Should have used this one, but it's not going to matter. Just cleaning house. Taking our arms race. And we may as well rest because I think we can get a little bit of XP that way. Not a ton, but a little bit. That's actually pretty good. Extra strike damage. This fight is a little bit annoying just because we have to deal with the reflect, but the most important thing really is just finding our power surge sooner rather than later. But like, we don't really care that much about taking some damage here. It's the reflect, because it's the last fight, because this is depth 1. Summons come out, which is really annoying, because this is depth 1, which means that we have to fight 2 of them, instead of just 1. Deciding if I want any of this in my discard. I think we want to draw. Power Surge. Spirit Swarm gives us some powerful, which is nice, and then we're actually kind of perfectly positioned to do that into that. Evade that. Now we just need basically anything to finish off this. That'll do. And that's the depth 1 run. Alright, we get access to some cards. I don't know if we're going to use any of them. We will see. So I think I'm not going to split this into 2 videos. Reroll that. I guess we keep that. Sure. We will. Nah, we don't care. Just care about any of this? Nah. Oh wait, do we get enough to unlock to open a pack? Yes. Hey, so these are some of the new cards. Pocket Blade is pretty good here. Pocket Shield I don't think we care about on Shah'Ru. This used to be an inner card and it's now a generic card. And I got a new card. But I actually may play a Brittle Shield depending on how I'm feeling. So we'll start by, as usual, yeeting everything. So one of the first questions, of course, is what are our mana cards? I think the answer to that is we want at least, we probably want the 2 tricky focuses. We probably want like 1 focus. That may be it. That may actually be all we want. We do want, I think, at least 1 burst of strength. I think we are actually going to run the pair of Blade Idols because they're very good upgrades and they're pretty good with the burst of strength, although we do have to burst before we do that. I think we want the Virulent Strike. I'm trying to think what else we want. We could run Frost Strike. That's not bad. It's not as good as it would be if we were higher level Shah'Ru, but let's look at all the Shah'Ru cards. I think we want at least 1 Fey Barrier. I don't know that we want this. It's okay, but it's not amazing. I kind of want to just keep playing these relatively low-cost cards as much as I can. I think I might run a Rallying Strike. Which can draw us into other things, which is nice. It's a pretty good upgrade target, although we already have a couple pretty good upgrades, so less valuable than it otherwise might be. We may or may not take the Rummage. The Rummage is okay. The Void Visions is okay. I think we take a Brittle Shield. Oh, we want a follow-up strike. We actually just take 2 of those. They're pretty good here for just outputting a bunch of hits. So yeah, that's going to be our starting deck, I think. So we were pretty low on mana, but we have a fairly cheap deck. And then there are a lot of very, very good cards we can pick up in the Ramparts. Actually, real quick, go back. No, our max health is still only 80. That feels wrong. We go check what Shah'Ru's max health normally is. Okay, Shah'Ru's max health is normally just 70. I just didn't realize that was how low it was. Give me a second. Alright, so Ruby Dragon could be a pain in the butt. Hollow Maw is definitely going to be a pain in the butt. And, of course, it is Binta Hell. Blinding Clouds is pretty useful to us. We'll see if we end up pathing through it. I think we want to avoid the Slee Gaze if we can. Yeah, because this one fight is just like, it's been nerfed several times, but I think it's still just way too annoying to be worthwhile. We don't care about either of these cards, but we do care about those cards, potentially. I think we do care about this. Let's see, we want to fight Gargoyles. We normally would want to fight these to get like infested rights, but we're not playing a level. We're playing below level 4, so we don't get value out of that really. Between those two, those are identical fights. So we basically get the same sets ultimately, but we'll start here instead. Although Binta, one of the big changes that has happened since the last video of this I've recorded is that the Bintas no longer are guaranteed to apply bleed every time they attack, which, as you might imagine, makes them substantially less obnoxious. Not obnoxious, just substantially less obnoxious, you know? Like, you look at this fight now and you go back to what it looks like at the start of this series, and it is night and day. So we really want to find ways to get powerful. We really want to find items that give us plus strike damage. That's pretty good. I don't know that we have any Velvet draws. That'll draw us like exactly Fey Barrier or Burst of Strength. Burst of Strength is pretty good to draw. Yeah, because like only one of them here is actually doing the thing. This might draw us. All right, it did not. It could draw us a Blade Idol, which we would have had not lost any mana for because we didn't have any mana left. All right, you're now bleeding, which is very rude. I think we're actually maybe going to play this. I'm trying to think how we line this up. Because the problem is, like, I want to discard. I think I have to discard that. And then I actually play this outright. I pitch that. All right. So we lost 4 health, but that could have been a lot worse. Unfortunately, now we are going to be bleeding again, but we should be able. Oh, we're probably just gonna draw. Yeah, we're probably just gonna draw an idol and not have a choice in the matter. Sting Strike and Spirit Swarm are both fun. I think we're just take the Sting Strike. I know that we've done several Spirit Swarm runs that have worked out well. We may still end up doing that, but we'll see. Let me start with that. Yeah, the Undying Persistence can be a little bit tricky to plan out sometimes. Has a decent chance of drawing us. Okay, it didn't. I see it has a decent chance of drawing us. What's it called? So you're just gonna die. I think these guys always attack and then do something. Alright, we gain Frenzy, all the enemies gain Evasion. Evasion is not going to help them much. It's a little bit unfortunate, but I can go ahead and do this, which will kill you outright. Fortunately, these guys only single hit, so we're good. We can get 2 shrivels, which is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Unfortunately, they are temporary, so discarding them to the tricky focus doesn't help us. There we go. That does get us the kill, though. This is interesting. I think we have a low enough amount of draw that that's worth it. And I want to try this fight. It could be really a pain in the butt. So we have a couple turns before we are in trouble. Because the way this fight works hasn't changed. Like, the numbers have changed, but the way the fight works hasn't. Which is that we get a couple turns of build up and then it goes off. So fortunately, we got a pretty good turn 1. Okay. We may have to pay for those shrivels, depending on what we draw. Yeah, I think we pay for at least one of them. Let me just get rid of that so we can get that. And then we don't quite get this kill, but that's fine. Because, oh, rip that shield. That's rude. Alright, the evasion shouldn't matter. Yeah, the evasion does not matter. There we go. Victory. So I guess we ended up not taking... Oh, no, we did. We just didn't find it? Could have sworn we cycled our deck. Oh, we must have shuffled the deck through something. This is fine, but I think we want the power surge. Because we don't have Shah'Ru's stuff. We don't have Shah'Ru's level 7. We don't have Shah'Ru's level 4, so we're not doing summoning enemies, and that means that that part of it is less valuable. Bloodthrow and Voidhood are both pretty good for Shah'Ru. The Voidhood opens up the ability to get arcane detonations, which we otherwise can't get. But I think Blood Charm has more value. So this still is, as far as I remember, by far the easiest of the whatever fights. Yeah. Yeah, the only awkward thing here is that we do actually lack the mana that we need to do everything we want to do. That's fine. Okay. So, what's in the flip stack deck? Okay, so we're going to do this first. And that'll probably draw us, yeah. And your opportunist does nothing for you. Does nothing for you. We just draw cards for free. And there we go. Arcane Silence is useful, but it's expensive and we can't really afford it. This is pretty good. Rip Open is a little bit expensive, but it's very, very powerful. Blade Idol Plus, I think, is probably what we're going to get. Like, the Frost Strike Plus is also good. This is okay. That's okay. The Rally Strike Plus is the other really good one, I think. I think it is between Blade Idol Plus and Rally Strike Plus, and I like Blade Idol Plus more. The question becomes, do we cut any of the stuff we have? I think the answer is no for now. And we're going up towards this fight, because like I said, both those cards are very good. I would rather have these than either of those, so here we go. Okay. Let's see what we get out of this. It's a pretty mediocre hand. I think we play this. This will mean that we can get value out of this. But I still don't think that's worth actually doing whatever. I should have gotten the powerful because that would have gotten me the kill, I guess. And you get, I forget you get a bajillion shield on turn 1. Yeah. I should have done out the math there and actually bothered. Although, the good amount of shield did help us. I think we may just pitch this. Now we'll pitch that. I'll probably draw us a Blade Idol if I had to guess. Oh, no. It was a deck shuffle. We have enough powerful that we were able to actually force through damage there. Alright, so we're going to take a little bit of damage here, which is unfortunate, but we'll get through this fight eventually. It's just not going to be pretty. I think it is time to do this. And that kills you. We take 6, which is rude, but we would like a draining strike at this point, I think. It's a little expensive, but I think it's worth it. And that'll kill. And we probably do need at least one more mana card. This doesn't actually get us up on health until we upgrade, and I don't know that we're going to spend an upgrade on it. That's pretty okay. The ability to evade status is also kind of useful, but yeah, definitely it is notable that there are no longer really any fights in this area where you're just like, oh, I took that fight, guess I'll die. Fortunately, there's no way for me to, because I want to get bleeding on this, but if I give bleeding to it, it's just gonna die, and we can't get the extra damage out of that. But yeah, because like this guy doing 2x2, go back and watch my first videos. I swear they did so much more. Do that. Are going to take some damage here. We really do need to find some defense at some point. We are going to freeze here, probably, which is unfortunate. So we can pitch that. You're dead, basically. I don't think we're playing the Spirit Swarm. That's going to flip you. I think we pitch this. Oh, that's not quite going to kill, but this will. We are unfortunately getting frozen here, though, which could be a problem. Okay. I've had a lot worse days. We do need to find some healing, though. I know that because we already saw that whatchamacallit is in the stack. We know that what's the name of it? Draining Strike is in the card pool. We just have to find it. We do want mana, but this is so good. I'm debating what I want to cut, because I should cut something at this point. I'm deciding if we're ever going to get around to upgrading the other Blade Idol. I think we are. And I think it's too powerful to cut. We may cut the Rallying Strike, because that needs an upgrade. I think we have enough other high value upgrades. Bent to Hell could kill us, just because the Bentas, we don't get a bonus for killing the Bentas right now, and there's going to be a lot of them. Heavy Mace is actually pretty useful going in against Bent to Hell, because this thing starts with a shield. So we just get to do a lot more extra damage to it. A lot more extra damage to it. For some reason, to me, that doesn't feel like words. All right. Cool. So this is actually going to work out perfectly, because that's going to flip right now. Hey, we actually just get that instant kill. Seems like an okay to do that. Turn to do that. I'm going to discard that first, because we want to make sure we get the temporary powerful before we get that. There we go. Nice and clean. Only 2 Bentas on our way through Bent to Hell, which is an incredibly good rate. I don't think we can afford to upgrade the handful of knives right now. I think we have to upgrade. I think we actually probably do just need to upgrade mana. Although the Spirit Swarm is pretty bad right now until we upgrade it. I maybe should cut the Spirit Swarm, but like, if we can find more of them, it's pretty good. And we're keeping on going. One of the notes here is that there's a lot of good mana cards we can pick up here. Like, we're probably going to start here, pick up one of those if we can. Give us a shot at these. Give us a shot at that. Although we really want Elemental Strike, so let me think. We can go here, go through there, and then go through here. That means giving up these, but I don't think we care about any of these cards. Like, those are okay, but these are very much not the sorts of cards that we really want. This one we is kind of fine because it's just like free a bunch of shield, and we kind of are low on shield, but I think Elemental Strike is by far the most valuable card we could find, and we didn't find the enemy in the last area that would have let us get Elemental Barrier. Okay, so we're going to start with this, into this. Do we bother with this? I don't think so. Considering how many of especially considering how many of our hits here are just going to go straight into that. So that does give us a little bit of healing technically from the leech, but that's just nowhere near enough to really matter. All right. We do still have, now I'm willing to do this. We do still have the Frost Rune. So, yeah, there we go. I think we just take the Burning Focus. I don't know that we can afford to discard more things. Alluring Runeheart is pretty good with the Frost Strike. And we're just going to go event event. We are in a bad position for Maw right now, I would say. Attacking the Vulnerable Drakes gets us a... Oh, but I shouldn't have done that. Because it occurs to me, like, what are we going to do? Replace one of those trinkets? I don't think so. I think we do that. That does seem worthwhile at this point. Pitch that, which will give us a lot of hits. You don't quite die, but you get pretty dang close. And we'll take that. That's not happening this turn. I think we pitch that. Okay, we can do that. There we go. And then, yeah, because like this is pretty good, but I don't think it's better than either of those. And then we go here. Yeah, we can't discard this, which is unfortunate, but so I was thinking through how we get through this fight as efficiently as possible. We can at least... Oh, we have the evasion. I didn't need to play that. Let me think. We really need to kill you, but we don't have a way to do that, unfortunately. So we're just going to take a crazy amount of damage here. Yeah, there's not a ton we can do about that. Yeah. And that's going to kill you. We kind of need this. So we have to play that, because I guess it's tough. That's our only way to survive. I think we're still just dead. Trying to think. I think we have to get kind of lucky on finding good stuff here. Okay, so now we at least live, because you don't have any critical ranks anymore. But wow, this fight just immediate devastation. I think we have to do that first. I'm kind of counting on the fact that... Okay, so this is going to draw us 2, which is not going to hit. Whatever. And then we can do this, and we're going to be able to get the freeze out. And now we should be good. But wow, that was That was a lot. It was like literally, I think, one turn of taking beats, and we just got vaporized. We absolutely need to rest. Honestly, we probably need to rest again. Because, yeah, this should help. It's also plus strike damage, which is nice. But more importantly, just is a way to get some shield going. We don't have a lot of answer to this, aside from hoping that we get to draw our whatchamacallit relatively early, which it looks like we are not getting. The Frost Strike relatively early, because otherwise we are just stuck losing next turn. Not losing next turn, but you know what I mean. This is going to be a power turn. I think we want to get Frost Strike up, if we can. Which we should be able to find. Although, that does mean we can't afford to discard this. Or we can just get really unlucky. That works too, I guess. And by that works, I mean we are just absolutely not happy with where we're at. Yeah, we were really hoping to find whatever here. It doesn't end up hitting us that bad. Like we end up taking 10 damage, I think. But wow, that's brutal. Now we are shocked, and we are just. Also, I'm pretty sure that would have been that we got the Frost Strike on the one turn we were frozen. Just for the absolute rub-ins. And watch it not give us. I should get this out first, actually. Okay, we didn't actually take. Yeah, we didn't take that much damage. It just felt brutal. Okay, cool. We can re-roll for the Frost, for the Elemental Strike. I couldn't remember if we had that or not. Absolutely gonna upgrade the Blade Idol. Yeah, I don't think the Spirit Storms are happening. I think we go here, because the Noxious Focus is pretty okay. We absolutely do need to find some card draw, though. That's our single biggest weakness right now. And really, I shouldn't be passing up all these cleanses. Like, we're going to need them in Area 3. I just feel like the other cards that are being offered are even more important. Let's see what that gets us. Unfortunately, now we take a lot of damage. Okay, now we can do that. You're probably going to have to play that. So let's do this. So we're playing one of the two, I think. I guess the other point is like we don't want to discard that even if we don't end up playing it. But I think we do play it to block the debuff damage because I don't think we can afford to take more damage. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about the Sword and Shield. I totally should have just played the whatever. Playing this in case we draw Blade Idol. We did not. Pitch that. Winning at poison. Do we burn the reroll here? I think the Contemplate is actually pretty good, considering where we're at. That doesn't do anything for us, we'll just discard. And we have to rest again just to be safe. That does basically nothing and has some downsides in some fights, but it's not worth it. No, it is basically close to worthless. I probably should just have not taken that. Because if it could cause us problems in the Poison Blood fights, which are already not our best fights. We're probably playing this. I think we do take Powerful here because I think we want to get out as much damage as we can on you. because you're a pain in the butt. And you're about to set up a bunch of shield. We don't need this. You are also going to be a pain in the butt this turn, probably. I think we do that. That's not quite going to kill. Is this going to kill it? Yes. I think we draw cards. And that is so close to what we need it to be, and yet, so far. Ugh. And yeah, we're going to take more damage. We really need that healing. Oh right, there's still that bug that's on this patch. I should have used this while it was frozen just to get the extra the extra boost. Oh. We can't actually, we have no way to get that leech. Yeah, that is still a net negative on stuff. Gathering Bolt is okay, but it doesn't super help us. I don't think we can afford to lose the health. Mystic Ritual is okay. I think Tempest Strike is actually probably useful. It is a little bit expensive. Use Magic to escape faster. Don't risk anything, just leave. Okay, we absolutely don't need this health because we are super going to just die here. I should probably cut something, but I'm lazy. I think the Power Surge is probably the answer to what I should be cutting. But we are probably going to die to this fight because we don't have any cleanse, and it's just way too easy, I think, in this fight for our cards to land wrong. But I could be pleasantly surprised. And we get a decent number of hits here, but I still don't think it's worth using this quite yet. I don't think we want to pop the Drakes here. I think we want to let this actually take a turn, and then that'll pop the Drakes on its turn. Just because that makes our life a little bit easier. Okay. I don't think we're actually going to be able to play that. Is there mana here? There is. We're guaranteed to get mana, in fact. Which is great, because it means we can do this into... At this point, I kind of want to play that. I don't know that it matters, but it seems like an okay turn for it. And okay, this actually does end up shaking out exactly perfectly because we have this temporary evasion we get to use here. We lose our tough here, so this could be a problem. It's actually the worst possible draw, I think. It's at least close to the worst possible draw. I think playing this is better than playing these out, even though that means being even more on fire. Fortunately, we now have a couple more turns of safety to get rolling. Let's go and get this off. Which gets us the extra powerful, which is the main thing. Hey, got him. Okay. And we need another handful. That's not actually as good as what we have. None of that does anything to help us, really. I kind of want to upgrade Handful. We didn't upgrade the other... We did upgrade the other Blade Idol. So I think our main upgrade options here are Enraged Persistence, which gets this draws an extra card. This still doesn't go to 2 runes. Handful of knives, pretty good. It's just kind of expensive mana-wise, but I think that's worth it. But I think we have an upgraded handful we probably should cut. I don't know, the burst is good with the upgraded handful. It may be the Tempest Strike, just because that is a relatively expensive strike. I could end up regretting that decision. Okay, so there are no protectors, which is a problem. I think the lack of protectors here kills us against Maw. I think that it's just that simple. But we'll of course fight through until we find that out for certain. This is absolutely true. We're going to do that. I think we want you to bleed because we really don't want to put bleed on you. Which of these do we do? Then we get the shield. I think that guarantees our safety for this turn. Alright, that should kill you. Oh, you were the one who got opportunist. Whoops. See, I can apply statuses to you. It doesn't do a ton, but the main thing that does for us is set up for Rude. It means that we have Frostbite in this turn as well, which is useful. What's left in the deck? This will force a shuffle, which I think is fine. It does unfortunately also mean that we are dealing with a lot of bleed or poison, but yeah. We haven't been offered a Draining Strike at all, have we? Which is like the one thing that I've said that I want, is a Draining Strike. And it's like we have a 20 card card pool right now, and we cannot for the life of us find a Draining Strike, which is something. Not that I'm bitter about it or anything, you know, just so we're clear. Don't need that this turn. We really need to try and freeze you on the right turn in order to get maximum value. Okay, we're going to do this first, and then that, and then that, and now we pitch this. Oh, that's going to kill. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything out of that. We would really have liked to have found that one thing we didn't find this turn. The Frost Rune. We are going to find it this turn at least, so that's something. And we can even pay it off, which is nice. This actually is all pretty good. We don't actually want to kill this. We'll see how that works out. And the reason we don't want to kill it is because we don't want to deal with the hatched whatchamacallit this turn. So this shouldn't kill it, but it should mean that it's going to die on its turn, which is kind of perfect for us. Okay, good. Was making sure that was, because I was pretty sure that it wouldn't get a free attack off if it gets off, if we gain a fatigue stack at the same time that whatever happens. So the nice thing here is we get to trip this bleed, and we played a bunch of cards which also trips that bleed a bunch, which is helping. Would you look at that? We're even healing. Okay, there's the Draining Strike. And naturally it's up against Purging Waters, which I think we need going into Maw. Like, I really want this. We cannot not have this if we're going to beat Maw. And even with it, Maw is going to be a challenge. I am going to try taking the elite fights here, even though that's suicidal, because I'm suicidal, I guess. I'm going to play that so I don't forget, because there's a chance here that I end up doing something really stupid. That wasn't really something really stupid, but it was something where I am glad that I played whatever out. Yeah, the Sword and Shield absolutely kind of holding down the MVP role right now, in terms of this piece of mind it gives me. I think we do want powerful here, and then we will do that, which should get us even more value. We want you to die. Yeah, you died. You are no longer hidden, which can go good for us, can go less good for you. Goodbye. Dead of Night isn't bad. Starting Purity Rank I think is worse than what we have. That's definitely worse than what we have. Yeah, this fight, Dig Through the Muck is pretty good. Bucketide is okay. This fight is a pain in the butt. This fight could kill us. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So how bad this fight is depends a lot on whether or not we can leverage the treasures. Because if we can get the treasures working for us, we're in good shape. I think we are not playing the Dead of Night, which is kind of possibly suicidally brave, but we'll see. Okay, that's kind of what I was hoping for. All right. We can do that, which is going to draw us a treasure. Try to get more cards. And then, yeah, we get to avoid the damage because of our sharpened senses, and we are in good shape. And that's kind of an unfortunate set of draws, but that's fine. The nice thing is that we have that it froze, so we get that free turn. Fix that. Because we're just going to play the handful of knives here. And we still have Frost Rune, so. Yeah, our lack of mana is a bit of a problem. But on the other hand, look at how well we're doing. Yeah, I don't know if we can afford Dig. I think we just take the Faerus. I think we're probably going to try and end the turn hidden. Although getting that played is more useful. Do we just go to 0 mana here? If we do, we end up having to discard one of the other ones anyway. So I think we pitch. I think we'd rather have that than this. Because, oh right, we drew that, so we already were out of mana. For some reason I thought we had extra mana left. Well, that's fine. Nerd actually going to be able to play this. But that's fine. It's fine. We do evade one of the hits anyway. And we did just a good amount of damage. I'm happy with that turn. Less happy with this turn. Yeah, this turn's gonna probably be a problem. I don't know, I haven't done the math. This may be fine. Hey, it's fine. I love it when I don't do the math and then it turns out that the math works out in my favor. Oh, you even get the freeze. And we're guaranteed to get a good card from this fight, so... we may end up cutting the rip open because we keep not being able to play it. Like, it's fine when we can play it, but it's so rare for that to happen that it feels wrong to hold on to it. Yeah, I absolutely should have used whatever. Although this way I get the healing back. So from Leech. So totally planned. Hungering Focus is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Doubling Spyglass is actually very good, and it's probably, given how I've been playing, more useful than this. Because that lets us double the... Yeah, the Rip Open we just keep not playing. It can go. Like, 2 mana being expensive sounds ridiculous, but it's super true with how this patch kind of works out most of the time. We are unfortunately going to be taking some debuffs here. And we aren't going to be able to get out this freeze, which is unfortunate. Also in this weather, like, stuff randomly targets. Oh, that's... We get to evade it! Yay! I was worried. Do we... Blood Charm? With this many hits? Nah. I mean, we get a couple hits out. It's not like we get nothing, but... Shah'Ru and Shock Barrier. Alright, so we're just going to be shocked, I guess, which, fine. Probably playing that. We can do that. Get this out. And then we can get the evasion out so that we don't take any damage from this at least, although there is still a chance that we get the stupid, like, do a bajillion damage one again. Okay, cool. The temporary lightning call is a joke because even if one of them is shocked, you have no control over which one is shocked. So it's very likely that, like, it just won't do anything. Like, this is just one day having a laugh, I think. I mean, he hasn't said that for sure, but, you know, it's the only thing that makes sense. Hey, we've won the coin flip. Hey, and we won that coin flip too. There's more Shah'Ru and more Shock Barrier. We would like to spend this on the big one, but it looks like that's not going to happen. So I am fine doing this at this point. Get as big a hit as possible out. There we go. All right. We can't take that. Can we take this? No? Maybe? Because it could shock us, but counterpoint, it could not shock us. And it will give us temporary powerful, which is kind of what we want. I think we upgrade. Getting so many more strikes off of that is very nice. I think we want to upgrade the other handful of knives. Or cut it, one of the two. We haven't played the Dead of Night yet. Like, I don't think I dislike it, but we haven't played it yet, so it's probably going to get cut, because if we're not ever playing it, that's probably a bad sign. This being cleansed 3 times is nice. That may save us against whoever. And then we're going to cut. The Dead of Night just is such a good card if we don't draw it on the wrong turn. I think we keep rolling and see what happens. Maybe we should have cut the Shah'Rus. We're just going to go events all the way up. I think we're going to avoid the whatever fight if we can. Because I don't think we want to deal with CPU with this stack. We could go into this fight, that fight, but I don't think that's particularly useful to us. Alright, we get to upgrade a skill, which is nice. I think we upgrade that, because it's a very, very good upgrade. This seems better than that by quite a margin. This fight is kind of risky. I think this fight is less risky. This fight is guaranteed to give us something we want. We're going to do it and see what happens. There is absolutely a very easy to see nightmare scenario for this fight, where we just don't draw things in the right order and then we die. But what are the odds of that, you know? The answer won't surprise you if you've been watching this video so far. Alright, so we are going to get freeze you on this turn, I think. We can get powerful here, but that doesn't actually really help us. Alright. So getting hidden here is actually pretty good. Alright. We do want to end this turn hidden, or we want to... Oh, we counted into this turn hidden. Just kidding. That's the pitch. That ship has sailed. Oh no, we can. There's that. Forgot about that. Okay. That's a good step one. Alright. This will bring the front enemy very close to just being frozen. Again, which is very important. Getting all of these hits off is kind of perfect. And we can even guarantee that we evade. So, for all that I was joking about RNG like possibly ruining our day, that was, I think, possibly the best possible turnout. I think we're just going to pitch this and pitch that. I think we just need to make sure that you die. Which is not too hard because of the bleed. May as well get this out of the deck. Although we may as well do that first. Okay. All right, this will unfortunately put us in an awkward position because you're now dead. And we can't get enough hits out here. You're one short of getting enough hits out, which is unfortunate. And this could actually cause us problems. It'll depend on how unlucky we get. Got decent luck, so it could have been a lot worse. It's going to eat us some bleed damage, unfortunately. But it should get us the kill, so I should get that out. Okay, yeah. And we do at least have a rest left. Draining Strike. Do I take it or do I take the Ossifying Strike? I think in this case, we're this late in the run. I think we just take the Ossifying Strike and hope that everything works out. Get a lot of energy. Nope, wasn't even enough for that. I should have taken the buff. Although most of the buffs aren't super useful to us. Oh, right, we have that. So we get an extra hit here, but it's not enough to get us over the top. We do actually avoid taking any damage here, but it's close. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how I get this out with the doubling Spyglass bonus. I think this is part of the answer. And then we pitch that, and we hope we draw Blade Idol. Oh, it's actually even better than Blade Idol. All right. So we can pop that, and now I think we do this. Yeah, that Sword and Shield is absolutely just, I think, putting in overtime work here. We would have loved to have had the Envenom up, because that would have helped, but that gets us a freeze for this turn as well, which is obviously useful. This doesn't actually do that much for us right now, although we can't, because I want to end the turn hidden, I think. So. How do we get this out? We can't. That's unfortunate. But we at least aren't taking damage really yet, and that's something. Okay, and we do this first. Pitch that. Do that. See what we get here. We're hoping for mana. That was not mana. We don't take any damage either, so. We'll call it a draw. Pitch that. I think we're going to try and get this out. Yeah, I found like just getting that out of the list, so it's just not in our way. We have enough trash cards in our deck just from whatever. One upside is we are now... Hey, that's actually perfect. Because that cleanses off a lot of that. Trying to think. Yeah, actually this math works out perfect, because that's got to shuffle us around exactly to that. Oh, no, because we have more of them now. That's right. This thing was going to have to draw us back around to... the Purging Waters, and that's obviously not what happened. God, this thing heals for 60, which is just so obnoxious. Okay, and now we draw this when we can't play it. Thanks. Or we can't get value from it, rather. Okay. Now we take a bunch of damage. Yeah, we could die yet, but I think we probably won't. That's my very confident statement about where we're at right now. It helps we have 4 powerful now, which means that just every time we draw into a Blade Idol, we do a lot of damage. Let's see what we draw out of this. Please. What else is in the deck? There is a Blade Idol there. Start with that. See what we find. There we go. That should get us there. Series over. That is a level 2 win with Shah'Ru against Ma, who I would say is generally the harder of the two for Shah'Ru to beat. So I'm happy. Are you happy? I hope you're happy. I have plenty of other videos recorded, so if you enjoyed this, I think there's one person on the Discord who says that he's watched all of my videos. If you're anybody else, I guarantee you I have more Breach Wanderers content that you haven't seen yet to watch. I have recorded so freaking many of these videos, but I enjoy recording them. I've got more to record later. But that's all for this one. I will see you next time. Toodles.